I'm here with John Coachella. John is an orchid expert. Would that be right?
An orchid grower.
An orchid grower and a member of the Niagara Frontier Orchid Society. And he's actually making a house call to tell me about what's going on with my orchids. So you recommend that I trim this one
Right in there.
right in here. And not all the way to the bottom, because I've heard that too.
And it might grow again.
Right here?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Now
And
what's going on?
sometimes it'll branch off and grow again.
Oh, okay, excellent. Now, what is going on with the rest of these? Do you have any thoughts on the rest of
They
these
look good.
plants?
The only couple of these look like they're could use a little bit more bark around them. They're wobbling a little bit. And I would just put it in. This one, you could probably. I was poking in the media.
Okay.
And the media, what happens with bark as it gets older, it starts turning into dirt, soil. And usually it starts from the bottom up, and I'm poking in here with my finger, and it feels like it's still good bark.
Might have, yeah.
Yeah, it's still... So this one, starting to get a little root tangled in top. You could do this one in the summertime. I'd put a little bit more bark in here to just keep it from wobbling. They tend to like not to wobble around.
What about all these things coming out of here?
That one probably could use a repotting.
That kind of freaks
That's
me out.
meaning it's healthy. It wants to, these are aerial roots.
Okay.
It's showing you the side of the plant that it's growing on. These things tend to grow on one side of the plant, and this soil's starting to feel a little.
I just repotted it.
Yeah.
With some different soil.
Yeah. Put some more in here and do this in the springtime.
Okay.
It's wobbly.
When I repot this, am I going to try to fit all these roots into the pot?
You can do a couple things. You can leave them as is.
Okay.
If you like the look of them.
Okay. They don't bother me.
You can jam some of them into the pot. Sometimes they'll grow. Or you can trim them off.
Okay.
Or when you're repotting it, you may be able to reposition this a little bit to take advantage of these roots and have it in there.
This one.
Yeah, this one. These are dead on top, so when you repot it, you'll just trim them off. But we can do that in the springtime. There's no sense if you don't need to repot these things in the wintertime. Why stress them out?
So you're suggesting repotting for most of these. That's what I'm hearing.
This one, because it looks like it could use a little bit more. This one, maybe in the springtime. It's growing well.
Okay. So none of these are dead?
No.
Okay.
Great.
I have a hard time telling. They're not the most. Sometimes, unless they're flowering, I don't find that they're the most gorgeous plants. Oh, what about this? This can't be good.
Leave it, or if you really don't like it, you can cut really right along the edge in here and trim it off. It might have been a little bit of leaf damage. Someone banged the leaf. It's coming off almost by itself.
But you don't consider that a serious problem?
No. The leaf looks great.
What about here? It's a little black. I've noticed a lot of these have a little blackening at the edges. What do you think about that?
Sometimes it might be from getting a little bit dry.
Okay.
Sometimes if you fertilize them too heavily suddenly, they'll get little leaf burn like that. So when you water most of these plants, water them very thoroughly so it drains out.
Yes, I always do that.
And when you fertilize them, use half or quarter strength fertilizer. A little less fertilizing in the summer or in the wintertime than the summertime. That's sort of the general rule of thumb.
Well, I've been fertilizing them at every watering, but I only water about every 2 weeks.
Yeah, in the wintertime you're going to be watering less.
Okay.
The house is cooler. They're not getting as much sunlight, so they probably about every 2 weeks is fine.
Okay.
So I would probably in the wintertime fertilize them 2 or 3 times, and then the next time just
Not every
straight in water.
watering. Not every watering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not every watering.